All right, welcome everybody. Good morning. It is a wonderful morning here in Cleveland. The sun is out, it's shining, it's wonderful, and we are all excited to have you all here. My name is Kwame Bachwe. I'm going to be your moderator for this morning's panel with the Global Cleveland Sister Cities Conference 2020 International High Schools panel. You are tuned into this panel where we are having brilliant young students from all across the world join us this morning to present to us awesome projects that they have worked on with other students from Cleveland, Ohio here in the US. And this morning, we are really excited to hear the brilliant ideas and the projects that they've been working on for the last couple of weeks. So stay tuned in. But before I move on, I want to take the time to give a shout out to our very wonderful sponsors who have made this program possible by their kind sponsorship. So we have Platform Brewery, Global Cleveland Alliance, Supply Side Group, Alma and Benny, Rotary Club of Cleveland, Eaton, Taiwan Sister Cities, CIP USA, Margaret Wong and Associates, Team Neo, Peace Corps, 12 Literally Arts, and Growth Ops. Thank you so much for your sponsorship and making this event a reality. So the way the program is going to run today is that we have a number of high schools, which I'll be running through the list very briefly, but these high schools have been paired with each other and they worked on projects together, which they will be presenting. So today we have university schools with us. We have Prepa Tech, we have Shaker Heights, St. Edwards, we have the Municipal Educational Institution Gymnasium number 3, coming from all the way Volgograd, Russia, joining us in this morning. So the way the sections are going to run is that each pairing would have 10 minutes to present their projects that they worked on, after which I would have a brief Q&A section that would last for roughly about 3 to 5 minutes. And then the next group would come on and also present. So that is how the presentations are going to run this morning. So to get us started, I know you are all expectant and excited to listen to all the wonderful ideas that these students have come up with. So I would cede the stage now to our first presenters, who would be coming from the university schools and Prepa Tech. The university school Spanish program here will be represented by Senora Alejandra Pachecho and her students Sohyum Kapadia and Tauna Clemens, while our guest from Prepa Tech would be represented by Carmen Zamora with her students Dana Pons and Stefania Asonto. So take it away.
Hi, everyone. My name's Soham Kapadia, and I'm going to be speaking about University School in our city. University School is an all-boys K-12 school. We have 2 separate campuses, which are each located about 15 minutes away from each other. Our campus has students from K-8, and the other campus has students from 9 to 12. At University School, our motto is responsibility, loyalty, and consideration. In addition, we also value integrity and respect. We expect all of our boys to uphold and live by these values every single day, whether it be in school or outside of school. At US, faculty and staff are dedicated to providing students with the highest quality education and preparation for college-level studies. Our school is located in the city of Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland is right on Lake Erie, which is one of the 5 Great Lakes of the United States. Our city is unique in that it has 3 major sports teams: a baseball team, an American football team, and a basketball team. Cleveland is also home to Case Western Reserve University, the Cleveland Clinic, the Cleveland Orchestra, and the Cleveland Museum of Art. To bring it back to university school, one aspect of the university school mission has been to expand our horizons outside from our campus. Recently, we have partnered with Thomas Jefferson International Newcomers Academy, a school located in downtown Cleveland that serves students who have been in the United States for 2 or less years. This year, we are excited to take part in the Sister Cities Conference and partner with Prepa Tech. Now to speak about our partnership is Towner Clemens.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Towner Clemens, and I'm a senior at University School. I'm a member of Sociedad Honoria Hispanica, or the Spanish Honor Society. Our group consists of about 15 students who are either juniors or seniors and who have a strong interest in the Spanish language and want to learn more about Hispanic cultures. In order to be in the Spanish Honor Society, we commit ourselves to participate in a variety of volunteer projects that can help connect our schools in Hunting Valley, Ohio, with the community at large. We actively seek our opportunities to partner with organizations that need volunteers who have a knowledge of the Spanish language. On account of the pandemic, we have to take most of our volunteer efforts online. While we hadn't previously considered undertaking virtual community engagement projects, we quickly discovered that we were able to reach a much larger audience. This year, we are excited to have a chance to work with students in the Prepa Tech and develop a capstone project that addresses an issue that is relevant to both Cleveland and Monterrey, Mexico. We strongly believe that this partnership would be beneficial to both of our schools, as it would allow us the opportunity to interact with each other and learn more about our respective countries. Now that we are prevented from traveling and using our language skills abroad, we are able to take advantage of this alliance to help our respective groups work towards being bilingual. I, for one, am thrilled to know more about the specifics of Monterrey and hope to engage with the students at Prepa Tech in both a professional student setting as well as a social setting. Our aim is to form a long-lasting relationship that will not end at the end of the school year, but will continue for years to come. Thank you. I think you are muted.
My bad. Yes, so thank you so much for that beautiful presentation. Is anyone else coming on to say anything more on the project?
Dana?
Well, good morning, everyone. I am Dana Ponce, and I'm here with my classmate, Stefania Asunto, well, virtually. And we would like to thank Global Cleveland for giving us the opportunity to participate in this international youth panel. Well, I come from Monterrey, Mexico, and I can infer that some of you have never heard of the city before, but I don't want to give you facts and statistics that will only bore you. I want to give you a real perspective of what Monterrey is. It is an industrial city full of hardworking people, a society so united that we call uncles and aunts to people we're not even related to. And us Regios are citizens with resilience that get through difficult situations like the one we're currently experiencing. But I also don't want you to think that Monterrey is the perfect city, that we live in a utopia. No, we're also one of the most polluted Latin American cities. There are communities that live in extreme poverty, and we're a little bit behind on social and economic development, and don't even get me started on the government. But thankfully, we're part of an institution, Tecnológico de Monterrey, where they potentialize our academic, personal, and multicultural growth. Since our freshman year in Prepa Tech, we have been educated in national and international matters. They are constantly motivating us to get involved in global issues and engage with other cultures. And I promise you, this is not an advertisement, neither is it sponsored by Prepa Tech. But now I'm going to give the floor to my classmate Steph so that she can talk more about our multicultural program.
Hello, I'm Stefania Asunto, and I will talk a bit about the multicultural program in Prepa Tech. The aim of this program is to help students be able to understand and see multiple perspectives, as well as to get along and respectfully with others, despite cultural differences. And this is achieved in various ways, for example, taking a third language and having an international experience, which has to be at least 2 weeks abroad. I was already able to credit this experience in the Yale Young Global Scholars Program, and it helped me a lot to interact with people that are really different to me and to broaden my perspectives, and as well as a class that Dana and I are currently taking that is called Multicultural Agents and Perspectives, where we are taught to see global issues in a perspective, in many perspectives. And we are currently working for this class on a project about global issues and how it can be seen from different angles or perspectives. And for this, we think it would be very beneficial to work with university school so that we can keep working on this project and do achieve it in a with a better perspective. And we are very excited to work on this project.
This is really wonderful. Thank you so much for giving us this great overview of what you're doing and what you are looking to do going forward. If nobody else is saying anything specific to the project, I would want to just quickly, I have a couple of questions that I'm sort of itching to ask because I'm excited about what you just said. So I just want to learn from all of you, the panelists, and I'll start with you from Prepa. I'll start with Dana and Stefania. Just to hear from you, what has been your main takeaway? What have you learned from this process? I know there's a pandemic. I know everything is on Zoom, but you've been able to, make this happen and interact with your counterparts from university schools. So I just want to know what has been the main thing you've learned from this process.
I think I learned that even with a pandemic, I think it takes away some possibilities, but it gives us possibilities as well because we're connected through Zoom right now. And I think we need to learn how to make the most out of the possibilities we do have. So I think that's an important thing I learned.
That's really wonderful to hear.
Although we haven't directly contacted university school, we are looking forward to it and collaborate to make amazing projects that will hopefully benefit a lot of people.
That is really great. Tauna and Alondra.
Yeah, so this is a super interesting initiative. This is unprecedented. None of us have ever really experienced anything like this in the world of COVID-19. So I think it's a true testimony to how much we can achieve as a community and how much we can move forward even in these completely unprecedented, unsure times with all of us. So I really think it's a great and truly beautiful thing that we're doing, being able to connect with people despite our circumstance right now.
Wonderful.
Add to that,
yes.
If I may add to that, we just wanted to say, we're in the planning process for our project, and we are really looking forward to brainstorm all the great ideas that these young people will have to kind of develop community-based initiatives that will address a problem that's affecting both Cleveland, Ohio, and as well as Monterrey. So we're very excited to work with them.
We are excited to hear that as well. I have one question for the advisors, and then we'll wrap this presentation up. So for the advisors, I want to know what does your school want to establish by working with the other schools like this now and in the future? And what does this relationship mean to you? And what do you think the impact would be on your students?
Well, as my students have mentioned previously, we at Prepa, we work very strongly with developing this multicultural competence and students become global citizens. And so one part of that is getting them to get out of their comfort zone, to work with people who from different places and actually engage to provide solutions to global problems. And I think that this partnership is a great opportunity to do that. And I am hoping that this will be the beginning of a stronger connection between our schools so that future students can continue working together in different initiatives and in order to help improve their own communities.
Excellent.
And just like Carmen was saying, we are not looking at this as a one-year commitment. We are really looking forward to maintaining a much longer relationship. And in our group here at University School, the Sociedad Honoraria Hispánica, Spanish Honor Society, these boys have completed a number of community engagement projects that have allowed them to use their language skills. So partnering up with Prepa to not only, learn more about different communities and different countries. It's going to really help both of us develop our language skills or understanding of the world. And we're hoping, above all, to increase tolerance and understanding.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And hand of applause to all of you for this wonderful presentation. So now I would give you all a minute to transition out. So the next group of presenters from Shaker Heights School and University Schools, both here in Cleveland, to come on. Okay, so for the next presentation, we have University School. We have Shaker Heights School as well. The University School French program will be represented by Madame Kieron Cindric and her student Charlie Strachan, Suzanne Miller and Karson Baldwin. And the Shaker High School will be represented by Madame Suzanne Genillier and her students Christopher Koch, Anna Krause, Clovis Westland, Anika Ferguson, Victoria Helmick. Sadly, our partners from Gustav Fulbert, who were initially intended to be part of this presentation, are not present because of some technological challenges. So thank you. Shaker Heights and University School, she can take it off.
I guess I can start. My name is Madame Genillier, and I'm the teacher, the French teacher at Shaker Heights High School. And we've had a long-standing, over 10 years, exchange with the Lycée Flaubert in Rouen. And we are not quite as prepared to present our school because I told the students they were supposed to present a video. And that's a video about street art that we're doing in partnership with Rouen and with university schools. And so they made 2 videos about street art here in Cleveland to share with our partnership. However, they can briefly tell you about our school if that's what the idea is. I don't know. Again, it's our first time participating, so we're a little taken aback, and that's all good.
Well, I have the videos that you sent, the one from the Van Aken mural, so I think I may be able to share that.
And there was another video about the Black Lives Matters too that was sent earlier too. And maybe we could start with this one, the Black Lives Matters one in Cleveland.
So this is Elizabeth.
Okay, yes, I think we can start with that. So I'm going to share my screen now and play the video so everyone can have the benefit of the video that was prepared.
Great, thank you so much.
Oh, I think Elizabeth is going to share the video for us.
Okay. And then our students can tell you briefly what the exchange program has meant for them.
Yes. And while we pull up the video, I'll just want to again give another shout out to the sponsors because without them, this would not be happening. So while we pull up that video, just a quick shout out to Platform Brewery, Downtown Cleveland Alliance, Supply Side Group, Oma and Benny, Rotary Club of Cleveland, Eaton, Taiwan Sister Cities, CIP USA, Margaret Wong and Associates, Team Neo, Peace Corps, 12 Literally Arts, and Growth Ops, Cleveland.
Okay, so this is Elizabeth. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. Kieron, can you please stop screen sharing just so that I can share my screen? Perfect. Okay. So.
Elizabeth, there's no sound for the video yet.
Okay.
Okay, I think if we are having some, okay, we are back.
Je m'appelle Annika.
Je m'appelle Victoria.
Je m'appelle Avery. Je m'appelle Luca.
Et je m'appelle Meg, et nous sommes étudiants du lycée de Shaker Heights. Nous sommes à Cleveland, au 93e du Bessemer, devant la peinture murale de Black Lives Matter. Des peintures murales similaires ont été peintes à travers le pays, à New York, juste en face de la Tour, Washington, D.C., près de la Maison Blanche. Suivant la tendance des autres peintures murales du pays, les lettres appellent les mots Black Lives Matter. Dans chacune des 18 lettres, il y a des messages d'unité, d'espoir, de justice et d'hommage aux vies perdues à cause d'une violence insensée. Le projet a été organisé par Ricky Smith, fondateur de l'association Random Act Signs Everywhere, et Stami Paul, propriétaire de la Graffiti Art Gallery.
Le peinture murale a été peinte par plus de 100 artistes locaux en juin. L'emplacement de la peinture murale est dans une zone qui fait face à beaucoup de violences policières, Union Miles Park. C'est aussi une zone moins fréquentée par le grand public. La fresque a donc été placée dans ce quartier dans l'espoir d'y attirer plus de monde. La peinture murale est faite pour résister aux hivers rigoureux du nord-est de l'Ohio. Elle a nécessité 50 gallons de peinture extérieure pour garantir que les messages resteront des années.
My name is Stami Paul, and I am the president and founder of Graffiti Heart. I think it was really based on, it really was the onset of the demonstrations and the protests that started resulting in protests around the country after George Floyd's murder.
How did you select this artist and the groups that helped create the mural?
Well, we wanted to be open and inclusive, and I think with Ricky's contacts, he has a significant following. We just did a call out, and we got a tremendous amount of interest. We had either individual artists or artist groups, artist teams assigned to every letter. We left that really to each artist and each artist team to evolve and design the letter and create the letter the way in which they wanted to. And I think that really enriched the overall outcome of the mural. It's been installed in an area of Cleveland that doesn't get the attention, the positive attention, and with the community whose voices need to be heard the most. And so that might be unique to the other cities, and that I think ours was really, while we helped organize it, it was really then it evolved and was led by all of the artists and the volunteers and the community members that made it happen. So they own it, and it's not like outsiders coming in. It's really become something that is driven and showcased their pride. It's showcased their challenges and some of the tragedies that have happened in that neighborhood.
The people who were behind it didn't want it to go to downtown. They specifically wanted to go in a neighborhood that had been historically neglected because they wanted to bring a sense of pride. And I think that is what happened. And it's also a way for people who really want to see it. Mm-hmm. They will actually also see the surrounding environment in which it is in, instead of being in downtown Cleveland. Yeah. So they get that double impact. So I think it's been positive, absolutely. I'm proud that there was a self-initiation. Government did not push it. It was done by individuals, nonprofits, and so I'm very proud that not only did they do it, they did it also in a very unique way by having all of the letters being done by different artists. And each letter represents a message. Mm-hmm. That's very unique. It's important to, the purpose of the mural is to continue to have the message out there. Mm-hmm. But of course, when you open the paper or turn on the TV or go on social media, you're seeing all the demonstrations. So it's quick to be able to be brought together. But for that neighborhood, who in many ways may feel marginalized or disenfranchised, I think it's a connection that makes them feel like, all right, somebody cares and somebody's connected. So it is a continuation of a message that is international now, ever since they started it in 2013, Black Lives Matter. And then, of course, the movement for Black Lives, which is a much more expansive movement. But the city needs to be in support, but it does not need to drive it. I think it needs to stay organic.
It makes art accessible to everyone because it's public. So rather than being in a museum that's not necessarily inclusive or accessible to everybody, public art is accessible to everyone, and it's a connector to community. So it helps kind of build the fabric between communities and people and cultures. It helps, public art is known to improve the neighborhoods and communities that it's in. It helps improve safety. It helps improve economic development, and it drives economic development. So I think that in that way, it's very different from traditional art that's often in a home or a museum where not everybody gets to enjoy it.
La prochaine fois que vous serez à Cleveland, n'hésitez pas à la visiter.
Wonderful, thank you. I think we'll begin the second video now, and then we can hear from the presenters. Elizabeth, you're up.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Rebecca. Maintenant, je suis à Van Aken. Van Aken est le cœur de Shaker Heights à Cleveland. Maintenant, derrière de moi, il y a les œuvres d'art. Ces œuvres d'art sont créées pendant le confinement de COVID et pour créer la communauté entre et dans Shaker Heights.
Regarde comment je souris, regarde encore, je veux savoir ce que t'en dis.
Voici une œuvre d'art de Lucas Accoyi. Elle s'appelle Home Sweet Home, ou en français est La Douce de Foyer. Lucas Accoyi est né en Argentine, mais il vit maintenant à Austin, Texas. Dans ses œuvres d'art, il crée des mondes mystérieux avec de forts éléments de surréalisme et de fantasy. Home Sweet Home a été inspiré par son enfance. Il crée un sentiment de communauté et de convivialité avec les maisons souriantes, les gestes de la main et les couleurs chaudes.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Annika. Le titre de cette œuvre d'art est Love in the Time of Corona. Cette œuvre d'art a été créée par Katie Huertas, une artiste colombienne qui habite aux États-Unis. Elle focalise sur les problèmes de société et l'identité des femmes quand elle crée l'art. Elle utilise les couleurs vives pour attirer les jeunes qui peuvent ainsi découvrir la signification sombre sur l'extérieur coloré. Aussi, elle croit que les messages sont mieux donnés en série. Love in the Time of Corona est composé de 6 pièces. Dans chaque image, on peut voir un aperçu de la vie chez eux pendant la quarantaine.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Christophe. Cette art de rue s'appelle In Place par April Blickney. Elle est une artiste qui habite et travaille en Cleveland. Elle crée la plupart de ses œuvres sur l'ordinateur, mais elle fait aussi des gravures. Elle s'efforce de s'engager la communauté avec ses œuvres. Elle utilise les matériaux durables pour être consciencieux de l'environnement. L'œuvre spécifique, En Place, est une image digitale qui est composée par un mélange de pictures des villes et des pays à travers du monde, comme Cleveland, Espagne, Écosse et Chili. Il représente des connexions qu'on doit faire avec les autres pendant la pandémie. Dans l'œuvre, les personnes sont séparées, mais ils sont créés en même temps. Ils symbolisent les connexions qu'on doit faire par toute la planète.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Aria. Et le titre d'œuvre art est Building the Future par Darius Stewart. Cet artiste se concentrait sur les problèmes sociaux tels que la race et l'identité. Il pousse la limite et commence la conversation sur le racisme et la communauté avec afro-américaine. Que sa mission soit de documenter les enfants dans l'histoire à travers son art. Cette peinture murale représente comment les gens peuvent construire une meilleure société dans Cleveland que la société que laquelle ils vivent.
L'art de rue qui s'appelle Thrive par Julia Cow. Julia Cow est une Taïwanaise américaine illustratrice en ce moment basée à Cleveland. Elle a surtout illustré des livres pour enfants. Je pense que l'art de rue signifie que nous devons prospérer et grandir comme une communauté. À mon avis, aussi signifie que les communautés devraient se réunir pour faire une grande communauté. Bonjour, je m'appelle Clovis. Cette œuvre d'art qui s'appelle Joie est peinte par Gary Williams. Cet artiste a créé des objets d'art primés depuis 23 ans. Et il a créé cet art partout des États-Unis, mais il est basé en Cleveland maintenant. Cette peinture est inspirée par le voyage de Gary Williams à des villages ruraux partout au Kenya. Ce portrait, c'est d'une fille qui vit dans le Maasai village et il exprime l'importance de la communauté pendant les temps qui est très difficile dans la vie.
Demande une fois marcher, c'est oui ou bien c'est non.
Thank you. Those were wonderful videos. I'm still practicing my French, but merci. Jemisa, Semi-Villeux. Thank you so much. It was wonderful. I enjoyed it. I think now we'll hear briefly from our presenters. I have a couple of questions. Just what was the inspiration for putting together this project? And I'll start with you, Shaker Heights.
So the Rouen students actually chose the topic of murals because there's been a lot of, in the past, there's been a lot of artist partnerships between Rouen and Cleveland. For example, in by the West Side Market, there's
look at my screen right now, 5A.
By the West Side Market, there's a mural that was painted by a artist from Rouen to celebrate the, I think the 10th anniversary of Rouen and Cleveland's sister city partnership.
That is wonderful. How has the process of working on this, what have you learned from this process? And I think another person, perhaps somebody from Shaker School, university school can take this.
Sure, I think we learned a lot from the partnership. I think the biggest thing is really just, despite living so far apart, that we can actually have so much in common. You know what I mean? Like when we're working on this project and we're talking about all the different murals and the street art, like we're on different sides of the world, it feels like, but at the same time, there's so many things that are similar, that we're having like the same experiences, and it's been really encouraging and exciting to learn that that we can be so connected with people who in another circumstance we would never get to know.
Yeah, thank you. Kieron, I think I would allow you to share your screen so you can run through your presentation. Kieron, are you ready?
Hi, am I able to screen share really quick our presentation?
Yes, I think you should be able to. The technical people are there and they can quickly help you out.
Click on the computer that's the third icon bottom. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Do you have it?
Yeah, I got it. Are you gonna screen share?
Okay. So for everyone else, you can double click on Kieron's screen share to enlarge it so you can see everything better. All right, take it away. Kieron, your screen is sharing, so you can begin your presentation now.
Yeah. Hey, Karson. We're ready to start when you are.
I couldn't see the screen. My bad. So sorry. Like I said, my name is Karson Baldwin, and I'm here presenting with Toussaint Miller and Charlie University School of French program. And as you've seen from the videos that that have already been shown, we, along with Shaker Heights, have been partnering with the Lycée Gustave Flaubert this school year, and we've been really excited to be able to work on this project. That's what we're going to talk about a little bit with this presentation. And one thing that's been really encouraging, just getting to know the students. One of the things we did was we wrote little bios about ourselves and shared them with each other so we can get to know each other. And then we also shared videos, like made virtual tours of our schools to share with each other so that we can kind of get to know where we're learning. So that's on the next slide if we can show that video.
Mute yourself.
Les Upper Commons, c'est une place où les élèves peuvent étudier et socialiser. Maintenant, nous allons à la bibliothèque. Nous avons beaucoup de livres ici et aussi des places où nous pouvons étudier ensemble ou par vous-même.
Ensuite, nous allons à l'aile académique. Ici, il y a deux étages. Le rez-de-chaussée est pour les sciences, le premier étage est pour les classes d'anglais et aussi l'histoire. Finalement, le deuxième étage est pour les langues étranges, comme le français et aussi les maths.
Premier, nous regardons une salle de classe pour la science. Cette salle est pour la chimie, biologie ou physique. Elle est plus grande que les autres salles parce qu'on doit avoir d'espace pour les laboratoires ou expériences.
Maintenant, nous sommes au premier étage pour l'anglais et l'histoire. Les salles de classe pour l'histoire sont typiquement normales avec les tables et les tableaux. Mais notre salle de classe pour l'anglais, c'est un peu atypique. Nous avons une grande table Harkness qui sont dessinées pour la discussion entre les élèves et les profs.
Maintenant, nous allons au 12e étage. Ces salles sont similaires que les salles d'histoire avec les tablets et les tableaux blancs. Mais pour les salles de maths, il n'y a plus que les tableaux blancs pour les problèmes mathématiques.
Puis, nous allons à la cantine. Ici, tous les élèves mangent avec leur répondant, qui est comme un conseiller, mais ils ont un rapport plus personnel. Ensuite, nous allons à l'aile athlétique.
premier est le Game Gym, où les gymnastes jouent. Ici, l'équipe du basket joue. Et nous avons les autres événements avec toute l'école. Puis, nous regardons le weight room. C'est avec le nouveau équipement.
Et finalement, nous avons la piste de course intérieure. C'est utilisé par beaucoup des équipes pendant l'hiver, mais elle est plus populaire pour l'équipe d'athlétisme.
Maintenant, nous allons à l'extérieur. Ici, nous avons une cour qui est entre le athletic wing et le academic wing.
Aussi, ici, on peut voir la forêt et le lac Kieron. Dans la forêt, il y a des circuits où l'équipe d'athlétisme aime courir. Merci et au revoir.
Okay. All right, so that was a school tour that we did for Gustave Flaubert, and we are, when thinking about what the importance of our partnership with Lycée Gustave Flaubert, we thought about two essential questions. And those were, why is it important that we are having this conference and our schools are working together? And then what does our school want to establish by working with others like this now and in the future? And what do these relationships mean? So in pondering these questions, we answered in an era where differences are being met with distrust and disdain instead of being celebrated. We feel that it is only right to do our part in stopping this negative trend. As we begin to understand each other's differences and cultures and truly appreciate them, we are able to form cross-cultural relationships that will undoubtedly better ourselves, but also the communities we serve. At University School, we value the importance of community service and brotherhood. Our growing relationship with Shaker Heights High School and Lycée Gustave Flaubert not only helps us live up to these founding ideals, but also helps us empower students to give back to their local and global communities. So with this spirit, we began our unit on the peinture murale, or street art. We sought to learn more about the street art scene in Cleveland and how local artists use their platforms to bring attention to the matters important to them. Here is a video taken by Karson and me on 2 murals in downtown Cleveland. Is By Hand by Augustina Droz, and the second, Live Like She Did, artist unknown. Droz's mural, commissioned by the City of Cleveland Percent for Art program, attempts to highlight the working class of Cleveland. She took of people who worked at the West Side Market on Cleveland's West Side and other local businesses. Live Like She Did is a mural of Breonna Taylor. Because the artist is unknown, it cannot be said with 100% certainty what the purpose of his meaning is. That being said, however, given our current social climate and the challenges we face as a nation, it can be inferred that this piece is used to promote the importance of the Black Lives Matter movement, but more importantly, the importance of life in general.
Salut. Salut, je m'appelle Toussaint.
Et je m'appelle Karson, et nous sommes étudiants à University School, ici à Cleveland, Ohio.
Et aujourd'hui, je vais parler sur des peintures murales à Cleveland.
À Cleveland, il y a beaucoup de peintures murales de l'histoire de notre société. Parmi les nombreux, aujourd'hui, nous allons parler sur 2 en particulier. La première est une murale qui signifie la classe ouvrière de Cleveland. Il s'appelle By Hand et il a été créé par une artiste new-yorkaise qui s'appelle Augustina Droz. Dans cette murale, elle a photographié les mains des personnes qui travaillent au West Side Market et des autres entreprises locales. À mon avis, cette murale est vraiment d'origine locale.
Ici, c'est la 25e rue ouest. Nous voyons une peinture murale en l'honneur de Breonna Taylor, qui a été assassinée par des policiers à Louisville, Kentucky, le 13 mars. La peinture murale n'est pas encore entièrement terminée, mais le message est clair. Il y valorise la vie comme elle l'a fait. Taylor a servi d'ambulancier, ce qui signifie qu'elle a travaillé pour protéger et sauver les gens de sa communauté. Mais elle a été tuée par des hommes qui étaient censés faire de même pour elle. Si nous valorisions toute la vie comme elle l'a fait, nous vivrions dans une meilleure nation.
Well, thank you for that great video.
Finally, we would like to show a few more murals that were not shown in the video. We have 4 more that we would like to show briefly.
Okay.
So there are many murals in Cleveland that represent different aspects of the city and different ideals that we hold close to us. And the first one is a postcard from Cleveland that shows a part of the identity of the city in its letters. If you look closely in the last letter, you can see Cleveland sports teams. And if you look in the other letters, there are many famous buildings and other landmarks that are important to the Cleveland area. The second mural represents love and conveys a valuable message through the words, and it's a symbol of equal rights and stands for love and acceptance, which is something that we have learned about this year and have learned about in years past as well. The third mural shows Cleveland and its ties to Lake Erie. Lake Erie is one of the most important parts of Ohio, and the buildings on the right of this mural represent the downtown area, which has over 150 skyscrapers and is a landmark of the city of Cleveland. Finally, this mural is to honor the late superstar Prince. Prince was an incredibly influential artist and changed the way that music was perceived during his time. The artist notes that Prince inspired him to start doing art in the first place, and he used this mural in order to pay his respects to the artist and his impact upon him.
Awesome. Thank you so much for this wonderful presentation. The street arts project, I think, is important, and somebody who lives in Cleveland, I can tell you that's part of my favorite part of the city. You know, driving around and seeing all of those murals, and I'm sad that with everything that's going on, you're not able to travel to see it for yourself now. But when the city opens again and things open up, please do come visit Cleveland. We would be excited to host you and have you here. For our next presentation, we have St. Edward's and the Municipal Educational Institution Gymnasium number 3 and Liseum number 9 from Volgograd, Russia. St. Edward's will be represented by Mr. Nicholas Kuhar and his students, Emerson Gray, Maddie Jubedic, Jack O'Brien, Parker Croston. And from Volgograd, we have student advisors, Ekaterina, who is here with her students, Daria, Ruslan, Lisa, Artyom, Svetiana, Maxim, Sonia, Ariana, and another Ariana, Veshlinina. All right, so with this presentation, I'll give you the floor to go first, gymnasium number 9, and then we can have St. Edward's after. So take it away.
Okay, thank you for your attention. Now we have been working together for 2 years, and we are happy that we have the opportunity to prove ourselves in the field of education and ecological problems in our country. And today we would like to show you our environmental project. What do you know about our country first? And the next problem is environmental pollution, air pollution, water pollution, land pollution. That's why there are a lot of endangered animals in our planet and in Russia. Our natural resources in Russia are also not endless. Okay.
So I'm afraid not everybody is here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. We can hear you. Who is presenting? Who's presenting for?
So I'm going to start speaking, but we are waiting for the presentation to start.
Please go ahead while we, yes. Ekaterina, why don't you give me an overview of your project while the presentation begins?
So we are going to speak about climate change in our region and in Russia in general. And we would like to present you our project on this topic. We would like to share with you some ideas what we do in order to protect the environment and the way we call for action.
That sounds wonderful. I think
where is
the don't know.
Okay, maybe we will start without him, and later he will.
He's writing that he was out of the system. He was out of the system. He's writing he's out of the system. But what's the...
Okay, let's start speaking about the project because it's time, right? Okay, unfortunately, we wanted to show you the presentation, but listen to us first and then we will show you the video. So the topic of climate change touches every country around the world and provokes intense debate. We're really glad that we have an opportunity to express our opinion on this issue today. And we hope that our discussion will promote actions which will encourage people to think more about the future of our planet.
The planet's climate is constantly changing. Now scientists believe that the extreme changes taking place today are a result of human activity. The changes we see today may affect the stability of the climate on which much life on the planet depends.
So what is climate change? Sea levels have risen by 10 to 20 centimeters. This is due to the expansion of warming oceans. Temperature records show the average temperature increased by about 0.6 degrees Celsius in the 20th century.
Hello everyone, I'm Sandy Maybird and today I would like to tell you of the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect is the process by which radiation from a planet's atmosphere warms the planet's surface to a temperature above what it would be without this atmosphere. Human activities are changing Earth's natural greenhouse effect. Burning fossil fuels like coal and oil puts more carbon dioxide into our atmosphere. NASA has observed increases in the amount of carbon dioxide and some other greenhouse gases in our atmosphere. Too much of these greenhouse gases can cause Earth's atmosphere to trap more and more heat.
Due to climate change, we can expect more extreme weather conditions like floods, storms, and heat waves. Scientists believe there will be more rain, but also a higher risk of drought in island areas.
What can be done to reduce climate change? Even at our age, we can do a lot to prevent climate change and global warming. Firstly, it is beneficial to power our home with renewable energy. Secondly, we should reduce water waste as it will decrease carbon pollution too. That's because it takes a lot of energy to pump, heat, and treat your water. Thirdly, eat the food you buy and make less of eat meat. Approximately 10% of energy use goes into growing, processing, packaging, and shipping food, about 40% of which just winds up in the landfill. More than that, don't forget to pull the plugs. Audio and video devices, cordless vacuums, and power tools, and other electronics use energy even when they are not charging.
We are speaking up nowadays, trying to draw our friends and relatives' attention to the dangers that global warming is bringing. We are showing our classmates and relations the beauty of the environment and trying to make them see how fragile our planet is. Today, we'd like you to get acquainted with the geological natural monument Alexandrovsky Graben, which is located on the right bank of the Volga River. It is a real natural masterpiece worth protecting.
Climate change is a serious threat to our planet at the moment. We are going to lose areas of lowland such as Alexandrovsky Graben, for example, in future. Normal people can do a lot to stop global warming, and our common goal is to give a hand to wildlife. We are sure that our discussion today is a step in the right direction. I am a representative of Volgograd State University. I'm an assistant professor of the university, and we have been cooperating for many years with Gymnasium and Liseum, and we are trying to realize many different projects, and climate change is one of them. Thank you for your attention. But what shall we do with our video? Alexander, will you show?
Thank you so much for Thank you so much for that presentation and the video. I think the subject of climate change is a critical and an important one. And I think we really appreciate you highlighting that and bringing that to the fore and showing us what you are working on from where you are. I think we will transition now to St. Edward's, and then I'll do a quick question and answer, and then we can wrap it up. I know we have gone over time, but we should be able to wrap this up in the next couple of minutes. So take it away, St. Edward's.
Okay, so we actually created a website has like many similarities that we found between Cleveland and Bridgette and other discrepancies and deal with pollution and whatnot. So Bridgette and Cleveland both sit on rivers, Kuhar River, and obviously we saw the Cuyahoga River, and have many problems with pollution and environmental health problems with that. And Cleveland was even used as a poster child for environmental pollution and preservation of whatnot. So while we share many similarities in geography and with how our cities industrialized and grew and came up, we think that's very important to notice this and make.
Yeah, so my subsection of the website focused on economy, and kind of looking at both of these cities, I noticed a lot of similarities in what the main focuses of those economies were, and I saw a lot in shipping, manufacturing, and a lot of steel and oil creation and manufacturing to the rest of their respective countries. And you see a lot of that in both of these cities based purely on geographical location, as they're both located on major rivers and lakes, with connected to the Atlantic Ocean, and Bridgette connecting to many of the seas and oceans around Eastern Europe and going down into the Middle East, which is some great time resources to kind of connect with those other countries.
Yes, together with climate change and the environment, Emerson and I thought, considering like the recent activities with women's rights and like matter, we thought it would be important to highlight those features of Cleveland as well. So in my subsection, I detailed kind of like the rise of women in Cleveland. So I started back with the Industrial Revolution and went all the way up until really present day, where today we have on January 18th an annual Women's March for women's rights.
Yeah, like what I said, we focused on inequalities and how those have been changing throughout the past years. As you focused on women's rights, I focused on racial inequality, in specific the Black Lives Matter movement. And while it started in 2013, it really didn't hit Cleveland in particular until 2015, when a university in Cleveland State University was used as a convention center, and where about 2,000 protesters came to convene. And as a result of that, the Black Lives Matter movement really picked up, and that's where they created their main message and what their morals and standards were. And in the following years, from that conference, there were continued protests, as we saw after the death of George Floyd. The protests ramped up again.
Thank you, St. Edward's. I think it is also a very important issue that you have highlighted. And I'm happy to hear that many of you throughout all the presentations that we've had are very connected to your communities, and you are thinking about your communities and how you are going to impact those. And that is exactly the kind of spirit that we need to move us forward as, humanity. So I know that the future of humans, the future of the earth, the future of all of us depends on, this collective action and interactions. And I know it is neither a Mexican problem or a Russian problem or an American problem. It's a problem of all of us humanity. And I'm really excited that all of you got to work together and are carrying forward this work and thinking about the community and your societies and the world as a whole, even as you grow and navigate this world. I want to take the opportunity to also say another thank you to Global Cleveland for serving as the platform for us to be able to have these conversations and be able to work on this project and everything that we have accomplished through all of this. So I want to thank you all again for all the hard work that you have put into this. And I don't want this to be the end of the conversation. So stay connected with each other, make new friends, and make sure you build relationships that are meaningful and carry forward the wonderful work that you are doing. I want to take the opportunity to also say a final thank you to our sponsors once more. So Platform Brewery, thank you. Downtown Cleveland, Supply Side Group, Oma and Benny, Rotary Club of Cleveland, Eaton, Taiwan Sister Cities, CIP USA, Margaret Wong and Associates, Team Neo, Peace Corps, 12 Literary Arts, and Grove Ops. Thank you so much. Thank you all for being a part of this panel this morning, and thank you for working with me to make this a success. There are other panels that are happening today, so please do check out Global Cleveland's website and make sure you join the other panels, and let's end this Global Cleveland Sister Cities Conference 2020 in style and in excitement. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Kwame. Thank you, all of
Thank
you,
you.
for sharing. Please
Thank you.
remember there's more panels throughout the day, throughout Friday. Join us. Please stay in touch. You can reach us at me at elizabeth@globalcleveland.org and continue chatting with people throughout the rest of the conference. Thank you so much, all of you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.